Hello everyone, this is Money Mom. Welcome to the channel. I'm not really prepared and you may not be either. Let's get started and talk about it. I get many questions sometimes on YouTube and I hear many conversations out there. You know, Money Mom, do you have generators in case the grid goes down? Do you have this? Do you have that? I think some people forget that you need electricity and gas and need to have those materials to power those generators to keep them going. So that is something to think about. But I wanted to chat with you guys all about that stuff today. So the first thing I'm going to start with is weather, okay? We all know we can't control the weather, but we can work on preparing for it and responding accordingly to when we do have outages, you know, extreme heat, extreme cold, ice, terrible thunderstorms, etc., right? We can do our best to do that. But recently I wanted to share with you what happened. You know, in February here, we had some bad ice storms in Dallas, okay? It wasn't like a couple years ago where we had really low temperatures. It got down in the 20s, okay? Before, a couple years ago, it had gotten down close to 0, which I've never experienced in Dallas. I'm originally from Minnesota, but I've been in Dallas since 1988. So that's, you know, in Minnesota you have that, and they're prepared for all of that. Here in Dallas, they're not. We're more prepared for extreme heat here. So when, you know, we had all this extreme weather, we were at home Monday through Thursday. Many people were homebound. Well, we had plenty of food and supplies here that we needed, okay? Because I do have, without even realizing it, I do have lots of food and I have lots of candles and all that kind of stuff here. Well, when I went back to do my product demonstration on Friday, the stores were crazy. Many of the shelves were empty. You would have thought that these folks hadn't gotten out of the house in weeks or months. And I am not kidding. It was like they didn't have any groceries in the house. What's strange is we had plenty of food. We had everything we needed. But because of the feeling and the franticness of the customers coming in and buying a lot of stuff, I kind of felt like all of a sudden, well, maybe I don't have enough. And it gives you that feeling, even though you know you have enough if you really think about it. So a lot of times what happens with weather is maybe not everyone is totally prepared when it comes to food and materials and things like that. I have been asked before, Dawn, do you have a generator? No, our family doesn't have one. It would be lovely to have a generator. If actually I ever got one, I would want one that is a generator for the house and have a company manage it. That's how I would like to do it. I do know, however, that's very costly. So that is not something that I have at this time. Would I be ever interested in solar and generators? Maybe at some point, because it definitely could come in handy, depending on the situation. So all we can do is do the best we can to prepare for weather, have everything you need at home, but sometimes life happens and you can't always be prepared. When it comes to finances, you know, a lot of folks want to live an extremely frugal lifestyle. They invest, they save, they do everything they can. You can do all of that, and I definitely think you're going to be way ahead than someone that doesn't do it. But no matter what, I've known of a family that they are the most frugal people I know, and they save and invest more than any of my other friends. Well, this particular person, one of the spouses that was earning money, the other one was a stay-at-home mom, became ill, not of their own fault, but had some medical issues and was not able to work. I can tell you right now, went through their savings pretty quick. So even if you prepare, you may not always be prepared enough for things. And I do have a point to all this, by the way, which brings me to health. I've always said this, if you have your health and you're able to work, fantastic. That's why even after the accident, because of my family's excellent support and because of so many people's generosity and my friends' fabulous support, I was able to continue working, which was fabulous. So I was able to work, but imagine if I wasn't able to work. Yes, we have money and we do have resources, but eventually those things do run out. So when you have your health and you're able to work, that really counts for a lot. You know, there's emergencies that come up. You can prepare for them all day long, but sometimes no matter how much you prepare for everything, life happens when you're making plans. And also, Same with death. I mean, sometimes we never know when the good Lord will bring us home. We could live to be to what today is. You could live another 50, 60, 70 years. You just don't know. I guess the bottom line is what I'm saying about all of these things. The more prepared we are in all of these areas, whether it's for upcoming weather disasters, whether it's for finances, getting better, becoming healthier, finding ways to whatever that is for you. Every one of us has different health. There's mental health, spiritual health, physical health, and so on. Becoming the healthiest version of us that we can be, planning for any type of emergencies, and if someone were to pass away in the family, having a plan of what you're going to do for that. I definitely think the better prepared you are in all these areas, that's fantastic. But then sometimes what I see people doing is they become so focused and so obsessed about all of this stuff that they're not even living life. And they're just concentrating and worrying and fretting about all the things that, quote, could happen. And when we do that, it just takes the joy away from us, which I definitely think affects our health. So if you feel like there's some area that you're not prepared, do what you can with the resources you have. Educate and learn what you can do, because even making small changes in all these areas I mentioned can make a big difference. That's kind of what I'm doing right now. Right now I'm working on my health. I've got my emergency fund. I already know what we would do if someone were to pass away. We've already got all of that taken care of. Definitely I need to prepare better for the weather situation, okay? And there's lots of things I can do to be better prepared in all areas. And that's true. But I know this much. I don't want to spend a lot of time worrying and fretting about all this stuff. I want to take thoughtful, small, actionable steps to be better prepared in all areas of my life. And then at the end of the day, pray and give the rest to God. That's all I can do, because there's some things we just can't control. And I'm just going to leave you with that. Let me know what you guys think. That's all I have to say for now. I love you, I appreciate you, and I sure hope to see you on tomorrow morning's video. Bye-bye.